Hey there, health coach. Are you curious about becoming board certified? Well, if so, you're going to want to watch this video. So I get asked about the process a lot. So today I want to shed some light on the process, talk a little bit about why you might want to become board certified, and I'm going to share some tips and thoughts from my own personal experiences. So if you're not familiar, the organization that board certifies health coaches is the National Board for Health and Wellness Coaching, the NBHWC. Their mission is to lead the advancement of health and wellness coaching by establishing professional standards and collaborative partnerships. They do this by offering health coaches the opportunity to sit for an exam to receive the National Board Certification credential of NBC-HWC. So you'd be able to say you're National Board Certified Health and Wellness Coach. So the exam is 4.5 hours long, and it's delivered in collaboration with the National Board of Medical Examiners. This is the organization that also board certifies physicians, and our certification is really the gold standard in our industry. So let's talk about some of the benefits of becoming board certified. So it's definitely going to enhance your credibility to earn the top credential in our field. It's also going to differentiate us from others who call themselves health coaches. So we know there's lots of other folks out there these days calling themselves health coaches, but many are selling products and not really what I would consider to be doing real behavioral change coaching. So board certification is likely also going to open up some job opportunities for you, especially in places like hospitals, health and wellness companies, coaching organizations, and working with physicians or other health professionals in clinics or wellness centers. So if you want to work for an organization like this or have that type of partnership, you're definitely going to want to consider board certification, because more and more organizations and companies like this are looking for the board certified credential. For me personally, I got board certified for my own personal and professional development and for the satisfaction in knowing that I reached that level. Also, because I'm a mentor to new health coaches, I really wanted to be able to demonstrate our field's standards and competencies. And I felt I should really have our top credential. So I do get asked a lot, do I have to be board certified in order to start practicing as a health coach? And the answer is no. It is not necessary to have this credential in order to practice health coaching. When you graduate from your training, you are trained and you are able to launch your own private practice and start coaching. Becoming board certified is not required for you to start coaching, and it is not for everyone. So let's talk a little bit about what it means to be certified and when you can call yourself certified. Because I do see a lot of new health coaches calling themselves certified when they graduate from a health coach training program. But I just want to point out that receiving a certificate is different from sitting for an exam and becoming certified. For example, if you went to IIN, when you graduate, you are not a certified health coach. Your title is Integrative Nutrition Health Coach, and you received a certificate of completion. IIN does have a section on their website under the FAQs if you want to learn more about that. But the bottom line really here is please just be really clear on the title and credentials you received from your training program. So now let's talk about the requirements to apply and sit for the National Board exam. First, you do need to complete an approved training program. They have an entire list on their website of all the approved training programs. And many programs are approved, but some of them you'll need to do an upgrade or an additional course before you have all the educational requirements to sit for the exam. This includes things like a certain number of educational hours and also doing a practical skills assessment. So let's just take IIN again for an example. Their health coach training program is approved, but after completing the initial HCTP program, you then have to go on to do their coaching intensive practicum, their CIP course, in order to get the amount of hours and to do your practical skills assessment, which are required to sit for the boards. So the next requirement is, once you have completed that approved training and have all your educational credits, you then have to complete 50 20-minute coaching sessions. They can be longer, but 20 minutes minimum. These cannot be with family, friends, or current classmates. They can be paid or pro bono, And you can use group coaching sessions, but each group coaching session would only count as one. And then third, you do need an associate's degree or higher, or 4,000 hours of work experience in any field. So let's talk about the exam itself. In the past, there have been 2 exam periods, fall and late winter, or early spring. I see that for 2023, they've added in a summer one as well, which is great. So it's 4.5-hour exam with 150 multiple choice questions. The registration fee is $350 right now, but it's going up to $400 in 2023. So once you have all those requirements, it's study time. So the National Board has some study prep materials on their website and a practice exam. And I will put a link to their website in the description below. For me, I really needed some additional structure to get through all the study materials and the required reading. So I did take an exam prep course, which recommends between 7 and 10 hours a week of studying over 4 months leading up to the exam. The course did a great job organizing all of the study materials, which I printed and organized into a binder. I love me a good binder. And there were about 1,600 pages of notes, which were in addition to the list of 10 textbooks under the bibliography. I believe they've slightly changed the reading list at this point, but I went through all of those materials 4 times in preparation. So the content is broken into 4 main topics. 1, coaching structure, 2, coaching process, health and wellness, ethics, and legal. The study course I took was with Marilena Minucci of Quantum Coaching Method. She's an amazing coach, and I'll put the link to her course in the description below. It's very reasonably priced, and I honestly don't think I could have gotten through all those materials without her organization and structure. You can sign up for her course at any time and go through the self-directed modules. And then leading up to the exam period, there are also live calls to support you as the time gets closer for the exam. What I really found to be most helpful from her course was how she taught us how to think through the multiple choice questions and answer them. The questions are all health coaching scenarios. It's not just about regurgitating memorized numbers, theories, or acronyms. You really had to understand and apply the information to the coaching situation. But you did have to also know your health and wellness numbers, which is definitely a weakness for me. So I just like to wrap up with a few tips that I have for actually taking the exam. Number 1, I stopped studying a few days before. My mind was absolutely overloaded, and if I didn't know it by then, I likely wasn't going to. I got a really good night's sleep before, and I was really well nourished going into the exam. I brought some snacks and some water, and I did some deep breathing and centering before I went into the exam center. I also did memorize those health and wellness numbers. And then when I got into the exam, I wrote them all down on the paper that was provided there. The other thing that I did is I really took my time with each question. I read them carefully, I highlighted the important bits, and then I crossed out any of the answers that I knew were incorrect, and then I selected my answer from the remaining couple of choices. Overall, I did really well on the exam, and just so grateful to have gone through the process. It is definitely not something to take lightly or just jump into. As you can see, it is definitely a lengthy and a rigorous process. And of course, now that I have the credential, I do need to complete a recertification process every 3 years, which involves getting 36 educational credits and paying a recertification fee. So I hope this has been helpful today. I'm really happy to answer any questions that you have about the board certification process. So please leave those in the comments below or feel free to email me directly. Thanks so much and have a great day.